Morning, everyone. This is my last returns, TTM of 2022, and I just thought I'd share those with you. This was from the new Allen Ginter set this year, and I decided to see if Kate would sign it. So I contacted her through Instagram, and she sent me her email or her address so I could write to her. So I thought this was a pretty cool card to have. These Allen and Ginters, I like them, but sometimes they're too many repeats of of players in the past. But also they're good to get signed, and special ones like this are pretty cool. I've sent a couple off to NASA over the last few years and gotten scientists who've actually worked on some of the projects to sign the card, and they seem a little bit taken aback by somebody actually wanting their autograph. So it's pretty cool. So, and then my next one I'm going to share with you, I have written. Shoot, sorry for that quick selfie. I've written this guy forever, it seems like, but it's actually been 30 years. I've written him 4 times, so probably, not a lot of great deal. But back in the, when I first started writing them, stamps were cheap. And now they're not. But there we go, Brett Butler. And the funny thing about this is that the regular 1988 Topps traded, I already have one that I bought. I knew I'd sent these out, but after not getting a response and after hearing everybody else get theirs back really quickly. By the way, it took me 901 day to get these back. So the one I am missing now is the 88 score regular issue with the Cleveland Indians. So anybody want an 88 Topps, hit me up. Let me know. But if you're wondering why, sometimes we get multiple signed of players, and I'm going to bring something in that I've been working on, actually from 88. But when my kids were born, I took a little break. Hopefully I can do this before. All right, so I've got a couple of sets I'm working on, and just to kind of give you an idea of where I'm at on things. So for 88 Topps, I've got 267 signed cards out of 924, and it's pretty cool. Some of my favorites right here. Jesse Barfield, I met him last year. I used to do shows in St. Louis, help a friend out, and he would pay us in autographs. Basically, we could get as many autographs if we wanted, unless they had a restriction. DG was there too, not at the same time, a couple years ago, and he was restricted, so I only got one. But Jesse was a really nice guy. Sat with him for 3 or 4 hours, talked. So that's always cool. He's a great guy. But just to kind of go through what you see. And then on this one, I even got Jack Clark to sign the Topps insert from 88. Not a pleasant guy at all. Doesn't seem very happy. So I left him alone. Met him the same time as Jesse. But as you can see, I just kind of go through. I sent checklists out to umpires. And so I got 5 of the 6 returned. So I've got to get the 5th one again and send it out to somebody else because I never got it returned. But I thought that was pretty cool. And it's a way that, completes the set. So I'm not going to show you every last one, but, there's some that, that y'all have probably seen before, or somebody else has. Just trying to, find something that's got a good story behind it or not. Sorry about my voice. I've been dealing with flu-like symptoms through the holiday. Now, one of my things that I do when I collect sets is I look for errors and I look for variations. And so when I sent Barry Lyons these cards, he signed both of them for me. And the only reason why I got 2 of them signed was this is one that I found that was, a perfect card in my sense, not, not a 10. But if you come over here, I got this one signed, the upper right-hand corner, you notice there's a printing variation. And I thought, oh, shoot, I got to have that. So I did that. There's some, I think I got Little Ed Hearn. For 2 years in Indianapolis when I lived there, when I first got married, every time he would come into town, he'd leave me tickets for the ball game. And the reason why he did that was because the first year I met him, he came, hollered at me from afar after getting his autograph, and he goes, "Hey, you got a car?" I said, "Yeah, I got a van." He goes, "Hang on." And so he came back in a couple of minutes. He goes, "You give us a ride to the hotel. We're sick and tired of waiting for the bus." Because the bus would make 2 trips and that was it. So I had a bunch of Omaha Royals pile into my van. And ever since then, we've kept in contact, not only on Facebook, but just, good guy. And say a prayer for him right now. He needs another kidney. The kidney he had replaced a few years ago is not doing well. And he's on the donors list for a new one. So just kind of throw that out there a little bit. There's a tough one to get now, Jamie Moyer. I got that at the Cubs convention obviously eons ago, because from all intents and purposes, I don't think Jamie signs through the mail anymore. So, but yeah, just flipping through some 88s, just trying to think if there's anybody, another story. Some of these guys, like Greg Matthews, since I lived in the St. Louis area, Tom Lampkin, those guys all signed for me at the shows and stuff. Well, Stan Clark, very strange guy, was put on the 15-day disabled list after getting knocked out by one of the overhead doors on an airplane. He told me that story. He was with the Scranton Wilkes Barre Phillies at the time, back in '89. And when I gave him and a bunch of players a ride to their hotel, when he got out of the van, he goes, 88 tops. I'm in 88 tops. Look in 88. I'll sign your cards for you. So I said, okay, whatever. That was kind of cool. But like I said, it's always kind of cool to meet guys and talk. Trying to find, there's a guy I played against in high school, but we must have passed him already. Yep. And then my favorite of the set is trying to get these all signed. And I got 12 of them so far. So that's pretty cool. All right, now we'll jump over to score. Because it's... So the 88 score, I've got 220 of 792 signed. And, there's... I don't know what it is. Maybe it was the first year the set came out. That's why I liked it. But I really love this set. Just, I don't know if it's colors or, I don't know. I just thought it was cool at the time. Willie Wilson, great guy. I sat with him in June at the St. Louis card show and shared a lot of stories. He was fun to talk to. There's Mr. Wonderful Clark again. But yeah, so with that, hey, you know what, while I'm here, let's see. I don't know how all you guys you store your sets and stuff, but someday I'm going to have to go through here and put everything in numerical order, but I'll do that when I get a little bit closer to completing the set. then I can justify buying some more 9 pocket pages. All right. So we had Butler. But, you know, as you can see, there's just a smattering of cards. Some of these guys that I got in the minor leagues back then. Probably one of the best things, I know not for these 3 guys, but for Paul O'Neill and Barry Larkin and Chris Sable were all sent to Nashville Reds at the same time for rehab near the end of the season one year. I think it was, I don't know if it was 80, may have been 88. And so I knew I was going to the game, so I quickly grabbed some their cards and took them. I usually only showed up, with 1 or 2 cards, unless they were, I guess not well known. But I was never one of the guys that would show up with 50 cards to have signed. Those guys kind of ruined the hobby for minor leaguers back then, or for collectors, not minor leaguers. But so yeah, it was kind of a cool thing to get them. But it's a fun way. I mean, you guys know it's a fun way just to kind of relax and do this and put cards together, put sets together. I love doing both, and it's just kind of cool. I got Terry Kennedy. I don't know if he's hard to get now or what, but I've just heard some stories that he's maybe charging now. But I got him a few years ago when I got back into collecting, because I was out for almost autograph collecting for about 13, 14 years, maybe more than that. Just, life, it happens. So, well, yeah, if I'm going too fast, let me know. I mean, I know some guys. Most of the traded set that you'll see that I got signed, like Darrell Hamilton here, is when they were in the minor leagues and they were in the set. Oh, here you go. This will be a cool story. So, Andy Van Slyke, I think it's been about 2 years since I met him. And he was there with Tom Magnozzi and at the show in St. Louis. And everybody said, like, when he shows up, just don't really say much to him. He's not real friendly. And so, sure enough, when he got there, the room just went cold as we were in the back, and they were signing their mail order or items and stuff like that. And we went through the autograph show, and when it was over, they came back to finish up some of what they were doing. And he was signing there, and I thought, you know what, screw it, I'm going to talk to him. And so I said, hey, Andy, I said, back in '84, the Cubs were going to make a deal and send Keith Moreland to the Cardinals for you. Any truth to that? And he just started laughing his butt off. And he goes, Keith Moreland, man, nobody liked that SOB. Obviously, he didn't say that. But he just, in the next 5-10 minutes, man, he was just talking about that trade. He said, yeah, I knew about it. He goes, I don't know, he rattled some things off as far as what was going on in the deal with the Cubs. But it just never went through. But he turned out to be a really nice guy. So, it's just sometimes if you've got actually some knowledge about some stuff on their past, or, just not kind of an overzealous fan, I'm pretty sure most of these guys will talk to you. Oh, wait a minute. I bought Brett Butler to score. So, but if anybody wants that Topps, let me know. I'll send it to you. I guess I forgot I had him there. All right. So I guess it's a good thing I went through this. So Bobby D now charges $5 per autograph. There's Ed Hearn again. So, yeah, most of these guys, the score I didn't separate as far as the traded set and the regular set. Just kind of left them together. So there's Gerald Perry, met him in St. Louis. There's Pagnazzi I was talking about. There's the Paul O'Neill that I got in Indianapolis when he was down in the minors for rehab. Guess I didn't get the Sabo signed, but I did get a Sabo signed on something. There's a couple of hard ones right there now. I guess Abner, I'm not really sure if he signs anymore. And Jack Armstrong is nowhere to be found as far as, unless he's on past pros. I don't know, I haven't checked. But both those guys don't sign anymore. But all the Jacks I got in person. Sean Abner, I wrote to him when he was with the Padres. Luis Alicea was another St. Louis show guy. Brad Brunley was in person in Lafayette, Indiana, back in '89, before the '89 season. So yeah, there's that, you know. Dunston, I don't think signs anymore. I've sent to him, and he just doesn't sign anymore. Bernansky I like a lot. He was a nice guy too. He came to St. Louis for a show, signed it in silver. We thought that was the best turnout because blue wouldn't have shown up, black wouldn't have shown up, so thought that was pretty cool. All right, well, I appreciate everybody looking, and hope everybody has a good 2023 as we start off. Take care, everybody. Bye.